Hello, and welcome to an episode of the Making of Second Chance Heroes by Rocket City Studios. I'm lead level designer Eli Platt, and this will be the first video, I think, in the series of things that were cut from the game. And so what we've got here is a level, and like all levels in this series, it is a level that did not make it in. And this level is 1101 and 1102, which probably doesn't mean a lot to you, but the name of the level is Johnny and the Rotters, and this was the original first level and second level. They were built together, and then split apart into two levels later. Now, I know some other levels we talked about, like the tank level and the beer level, were built to be one level and then turned into two levels later. This level was built knowing it would be two levels later on. Alright, and so some of the interesting things you'll see about this level are the walkways haven't been made wider, so all of the railings and all of the stores and walkways in front of them are the width before we went through and did that process. And then also there's a couple of unique things, assets and whatnot. And well, I'm going to do a walkthrough of both levels in this combined version as opposed to two separate videos. Mostly because I can, and but I believe that some of this level was actually scripted, and I'm going to try to get into the game and do a video of what gameplay exists of this. Alright, so now one of the things I've come and gone, and well, gone and done was these are crates, and I retextured them, but I replaced all of the missing textures, so they actually have a floor texture on them right now, but bear with me here. I could fix that actually fairly quickly, but that's not the point. The point is the walkthrough, so here we go. Here is our safe room. One of the things that we were going to do in this level was a bunch of tutorial type stuff, and we never got around to doing that. So a lot of this was actually subject to change. You can see, like out here, for example, there's very little buffer space, meaning you could probably stand out here on this railing and see outside of the level, because we knew we were going to have to possibly change some things, and so building it way out wasn't really necessary. Alright, so you start in the safe room. You would have come down this first hallway. You probably would have been introduced to zombies at some point here. Heading on out to this area, we probably would have put in some traps and introduced you to those sort of thing. At some point, you would have been encountered with a lever, but the idea is that you come on out, you head around the front, you head up the side here, you get a nice view. Here's where we probably would have put our first lever. There probably would have been a door here, forcing you to walk out so you could see the Rocket Cafe. And then after you got a camera pan over to see where you're headed, to the music store in the mall, you would have been brought back and told to pull a lever that would have like blew up a pile of trash and then headed forward. And so one of the things is you'll notice this level is a lot more simply decorated. One point, we were going to more simply decorate the levels, and also, being so early in the mall, everything in this level was supposed to be a lot cleaner and neater, and it like hasn't quite descended into chaos yet. But also, because when we designed these levels, like I said in another video, we didn't know what kind of things we were going to be able to do, and so we were sort of waiting for like a first pass on scripting once gameplay got settled, in order to have those environments, we could change them and then decorate around what was scripted there. And so that also has to do a lot with why this level is a lot neater and cleaner than maybe some of the other ones you've seen. Coming over to this side, another thing you might want to note is that this level was built by me and Rolly. We had just hired Rolly. I was actually working on the train level at the time with the collapsed pillar, and they said, go in, and our editor is actually collaborative, which you can see in the editor video that I haven't made yet, but in theory it will exist by the time you can see this video. And our editor, you can actually have multiple people editing at the same time on different computers. And so he was basically following me around as I built stuff, and then he was building little things of his own. Like he built all of these stores, these few stores over here, and then he built like a lot of this stuff underneath of the level. I think he did the abyss too, but I mean he did plenty of things. But it was his first level, and so for the most part, I was building and he was observing and learning. But there were a bunch of things he built in this level as well. Nonetheless, you come down here. Oh, that and the levels were split apart before they were fully decorated as well. So after we split them, we went and decorated and cleaned them up significantly. So that's another reason why it's a bit more sparse. I just remembered that now. So you come down the escalator, over this other escalator, and up to this lever where you would have an encounter. After the encounter, this door would open, you would come back down, have another encounter here, and then head into the Peter's Pearls, whose storefront has gone mysteriously missing. In Peter's Pearls, you would be introduced to the burglar. The burglar hadn't existed yet, but the idea of the burglar existed, and so this store probably would have had to have gotten a lot bigger, and I think we did actually make it bigger at one point. You know, I probably will have to do a video of the split apart version. Anyway, you get into this last room. This is the safe room between levels, and then you would come back out into the hall to start the second half, up into this store, which is destroyed through, and it's the first really destroyed store you see. You come up the steps because the security, if you try to walk out the front door, which at the moment is kind of obstructing, and we probably would have had to change that. But if you had tried to walk out of this front door, you would set off an alarm, and then there would be have to come up here to turn the alarm off. And I know I'm definitely going to do a video of the other versions, because we definitely changed a lot of this, because we had started to script this level. So you come up top, you pull the lever, turns the alarm back off, and opens the door so you can come back down, heading up here through this very narrow hallway. And like you can see, this is a lot of the reason why especially when we got rid of X-Way, why we made this all wider, is that this is just, you can't really see anything. And these storefronts got a lot bigger than they once were as well. And you got to these pirate stores, which would have been shooting at each other with the cannons and everything, having come out. Here's a tangent. There's another tangent down here by the coffee store. And then on the way through the level the first time, you would have been able to go into the coffee store, and so you would have got, oh, look, there's a thing there, but it's in the next level. So, out in front of the movie theater with the crazy queue line, up this hallway, past these stores, which are starting to get boarded up and destroyed, and then into the music store. There you go, the rock pile. And down to the venue where Johnny and the Rotters would have been on stage, and they're a zombie punk rock band, and I'm not really sure what all their mechanics were, because they were never actually finished, but there would have been waves of zombies coming, like girl zombies pouring out of the girls' bathroom, and there would have been boy zombies like pouring out of the other side that you can't see, but that's why there's a piece of floor under there, so they have somewhere to spawn. And there would have been like one-way obstruction there, so you couldn't go down there yourself, and fought on the stage. And so yeah, having looked at it, there's definitely, I think, a better version of this. Oh, that's a shame. I forgot I never put this plaza in the game. I designed this plaza and everyone loved it, and we destroyed the original level it was in, but I had a screenshot, so I rebuilt it in the new level, and then it got, yeah. Oh well, life goes on. Alright, well, that is 1101 and 1102 as far as Johnny and the Rotters Part 1 and Part 2, the first two intended levels of the game in their original state. I will load up my editor, and there will probably be some more videos with these levels separated, but until then, I'll see you next time.